kept staring at him.
Why are you staring at my soul? Like that.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Triple P&J. Don't forget.
Damn, it sounded like you forgot.
I did.
Like, comment.
Comment.
Welcome back, Jalisa. You forgot what the fuck to say. Make sure if you're new to the YouTube channel,
Like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell in the corner.
and on the streaming platforms, follow us and download.
Every last one of them.
I'm so proud of y'all.
We're gonna try that again later. The week after. Next.
All right.
Comment.
I don't got nothing to say.
Comment.
I don't have anything to say.
Not you, them.
Oh.
Please and thank you. We appreciate everybody giving us ideas for topics tonight. Thank y'all. Definitely love that. Thank you for the feedback.
So the topics that we decided to choose tonight, shout out to Nitra. She gave us these two topics that we're choosing to talk about tonight. Everybody else who submitted topics, we will definitely get to y'all and give y'all a shout out as well.
Absolutely.
But we feel like these two topics will be good for this week. Before we go on our vacation.
Triple P&J going international.
We will keep y'all posted. We'll vlog, yada yada yada. Submit a video, whoop-de-woo.
We on a
all
boat.
Of that.
We going to Mexico.
Freezing.
Curtis got us a waterproof candle for the camera.
And if they come after us, we're giving up Willis. So we're
Right.
gonna be down.
So if we come back with one less person.
So it's
don't
gonna
ask
be
questions.
double P&J.
I've already been nominated to be the
What happened
You
to
lived your life.
We
the
don't know.
hostage.
know.
Is that what it's gonna be?
I thought it was we were selling you.
Well, no.
If we
It
gotta
was-
get back across the border, we are selling.
Oh my God.
It's the hoe, right?
Bitch.
I can see them already. They're trying to barter. They're gonna be like. Well,
I've already said, but no, I will say, since we are talking about it being hell, like, we've had this conversation, like, listen, if it takes me getting back to America, I will be a drug lord, so I'll be like, hi, puppy, yes, I'll take a fur at a mansion. I don't give a fuck what they do to get the money.
Yeah, we're giving up Willis just in case they come after us.
Be like, ooh, I love my new car. What's that? Oh, that's just some red Kool-Aid.
Willis is gonna be the driver.
But yes, going international, very happy about this. We're all traveling. Like, me and Curtis and Daniel have all traveled together. And this year we get to bring a lead.
We picked up a stray.
Jalisa.
Oh.
Sorry, we're recording later than usual and Grandpa's tired. My baby daddy is going with us this
We
time.
picked up a stray.
And we sharing a room together. We're going to be living in sin for a week.
Lord, not the sin. I'm turning the pineapple upside.
No, don't turn it upside down.
No, I'm turning it right side up.
we ain't down with that.
Right side up. Take the pineapple off the door.
I don't want to see you naked. You don't want to see me naked. We good.
Leave the pineapple alone.
Alone.
Take it off the door.
Right. And don't come knocking. Mm-mm.
Looks like Daniel just lost his fuck right now.
You gonna be lost.
I swear to God, every time we talk about this, I think we've been drugged.
Okay, and
Oh, I'm trying to play his game.
Curtis! Ooh, anyway, it's a long story. If you know it, you know the story.
we told y'all that last year.
Yeah, if you don't, hey, go back and watch that episode. So anyway, tonight's topic. Okay, so
Yeah, so basically tonight's topic is how does your childhood affect
how does your childhood affect your adulthood?
That part.
Has it molded you?
It's pretty much like the question was, do we feel like childhood really affects your decisions in your adulthood, pretty much, and how you maneuver the earth?
I'm gonna say yes. I mean, to a degree. I don't know.
I don't know. Like
To a
as a
degree.
child, you're an empty slate. I mean, your environment and the people around you are gonna mold you to an extent of how you are.
Right.
So,
But as you mature and you grow,
You think for
you
yourself.
start Right, you thinking for yourself.
Me personally, I do feel like certain experiences traumatize you as a kid, and that can lead to you to make some bad decisions or do shit you really don't want to do as an adult, because that's how you were brought up, I guess, or stuff that happened to you. But I also feel like there is some people who openly acknowledge that and refuse to like get the help that they need, and they use it as an excuse.
Exactly.
Like, you can't keep saying that you're a piece of shit because you were treated like this as a kid. At some point in time, you gotta grow the fuck up.
Right. Take accountability.
I feel like it's mostly like learning experiences. You're like, once you have that experience, you're set on being that person, I guess. Mm-hmm. It's all about learning and growing.
That part, growing.
But I feel like if you know you're traumatized by something, why not take the steps to get help for it? Rather than just continue to use that as a escape, pretty much.
Yeah, like, okay, so what kind of steps should they take?
Therapy is amazing.
Yeah, but I feel
help.
like sometimes people like get a negative stigma from therapy, or like saying that you should go to therapy. Some people feel some type of way about that. Now, therapy is a great thing in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. And you're right. There is a stigma around therapy where people are just like, oh, it's not real science, it's not real medicine. No, mental health is a huge thing.
Right.
So, yeah, it's just like, give it a go. It helps.
It's all about finding somebody that fits you. You have to really like cycle through therapists until you find somebody that understands and will like acknowledge the shit that you're telling them.
Right. Yeah, because I've heard people say that they've been to therapists and their therapists have skeletons in their closet.
Yeah,
so like sometimes like the answers they give them, like, what the fuck?
Like, you're just here to get paid, pretty much.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, it's like, bitch, I don't even know if I should trust what you're saying right now because it don't sound right.
Right. I've had bad therapists and I've had amazing therapists. I miss the amazing therapists, and it's you can totally tell the difference. Where just exactly what y'all were saying, like where they are there to just get paid.
Right. Do you feel like the helpful therapist actually helped you from making some bad decisions that you might have made in your adult life?
The last therapist that I used helped me get through some bad decisions that I made.
That you had already made.
I'd already made them. It fucked me up, and other life situations happened all at the same time, and it what's the word? Like,
manifest, or
it all started piling on top of each other.
Right.
And it was bad. And so I went and saw a therapist, and on the referral of a friend, and the sessions that we did were amazing. Like, he got to the
root,
the core, not the root, because we didn't get that. Because unfortunately, when we started doing therapy, that's whenever, after about a while, COVID hit, and then I moved and stuff like that. But we got to the core of things and was like, okay, you're doing this. Why are you doing this? Well, because I want this. Well, this is not healthy. Well, fuck. And
right.
Yeah, it's like you're trying to unwind a ball of thread that's kind of all jumbled up.
And that's what it is. You have to find somebody who's willing to help you with that, with the ball of thread, compared to these people who are just like, what do you want? Talk to me. And you sit there and talk for an hour, and they're like,
and they don't have no type of
input.
Right.
Or all they want to do is prescribe you pills.
Do y'all ever have like a funny or like a good childhood thing that happened that just made you a better person? Or something like, okay, I'm trying to figure out how to put this.
Do you have like an example so we could bounce off of that?
Yeah, like,
You're
I
talking
guess
like a childhood experience that we bring with us that makes us feel like we're...
That's not a bad experience.
That's not a bad experience.
Right.
Yeah, like, I mean...
Yeah, there's a few of them I could think of. Well, I normally could think of, but I'm
laughing at Jalisa.
I know where I'm trying to go with this, but
no, but yeah, there is a lot of experiences I went through as a child or teenager that was like a lesson, but it wasn't a bad lesson. It's something that I carried with me forever, and every time I'm put in a situation to deal with something like that, I instantly refer back to, what the fuck did I do that time? Or what was I told that time? And, Curtis handled it like that, or just do it the other way.
Right.
yeah.
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 But then there's also those traumatizing experiences as well that I'm sure all of us have went through, and I don't see any of us using any of those type of experiences as like a crutch or as an excuse for us behaving how we behave. I feel like most of the time, and correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like most of us are using stuff that we went through that's traumatizing as a motivation, like to not go through that again, or like, for instance, losing my parents, that's traumatizing. I don't care how anybody look at that. That's very traumatizing. To lose the people that's known you since you came out of the womb, and then losing other close people, I feel like some people might have to go to therapy for stuff like that. Some people do go. And I feel like losing mine, it made me kind of just look at it like, okay, I'm doing all this every day to make them happy. So it's kind of like feeling like they're still present in my life, even though they're not here physically. So I use it as motivation.
Yeah, that's good. I can feel where you're coming from with that. Like, you know, it's kind of like a spiritual support.
Right.
Yeah, it's like my childhood was like that. I had two sets of parents, and I know this is weird, but like, you know,
it happens all the time.
It happens all the time, and like I got different things from different households because it was like from my dad and my stepmom, I got this is how we behave in public. This is like the rules and the, you know, how to be a decent. Well, this is gonna sound bad on my mom, but it's like how to be an upstanding citizen. That's a good way to. And from my mom, I learned this is how you survive.
This is real life.
This is real life, and this is how you survive.
And you pick up those traits like really young.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want to say like a good trait or like a good thing for me is something that I learned young, that I could be a little competitive. Like I hide it sometimes, but I'm really competitive, and I learned that when I was young, like we would have PE, you know, and like we did, like we had to do laps around like the whole playground outside of the whole school, and there was no time limit. Like you just, as long as you finish, I guess, like your lap or whatever, and I always wanted to be that first kid to be done.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that kind of just carried, like just that always it's like a core memory of me. Always trying to, my coaches tell me, oh, he's always gonna be the first one done. He's always gonna be
strive to be the best.
Yeah, and I think that just kind of like ultimately made me realize that I always try to be a cut above the rest subconsciously. You know, like some people, you know, are okay with just, you know, whatever.
Bare minimum.
But I don't know. I've always felt like I had that, like, moments in my life where I feel like I've made accomplishments that made me feel better. Like when I was in 4th grade, I got selected for this like algebra thing that I had to go to, and like I was basically performing like on a higher level. So they put me in this program and went out to this little convention or whatever, and they gave us like little awards, and it started small. Like I got a mug, got a little certificate. Then when I was in 8th grade, you know, I went to a school, and then I had like basically I felt like I was just normal. I was going to class, doing my thing, but then I was coming out at the end of the year. I was getting top math, top social studies. I was in an academic bowl. I was in a math team. I got selected for a scholarship program, and then just stuff like that translates later down the life, and it just became a bigger thing.
So you were like one of the gifted kids.
Yeah, but I feel like on the back end of that, it like I was always kind of like a reclusive kid, so where I had like a talent there was like also a bad side to it in my opinion.
Well, there was something good, there was something bad on that.
Yeah, I wasn't the best socializer.
Right.
I would say.
Yeah, because you was focused on school.
Yeah, it's a give and take.
Exactly. Like it's that whole thing. Like you can have out of the 3, you can only have 2. Like when you.
I see what you're saying.
Whenever like say you're doing a project, you can have your options are fast, cheap, and good. Yeah. And you can have it.
You can be cheap and good, but it won't be fast. You can have it good and cheap, but it won't be.
The other 2.
The other one, yeah. So anyways, you can't get all 3 of them.
Like it's like with school life, it's like you've got social life, good grades, and I don't know what the third one would be, a bank account. Okay, so
yeah, social life, good grades, and self-care maybe.
I guess you can't have all 3. You can have 2, but.
That third one,
self-care in school, you definitely won't have a social life because you're too busy focusing on yourself.
On yourself in school, and social life in school, you're gonna be fucked.
But once I'm done with school, it's up.
It's up. It's done. So.
I'm catching up. What about you?
What part?
Any experiences that are positive or negative that help mold you into who you are?
I would say mine didn't happen until like college. I have the hardest time like expressing how I feel about things, and I write a lot. So instead of verbally saying it, I'll write it down.
So you journal?
Sometimes. I don't really write that much anymore, but in college I was in this creative writing class, and I almost had a scholarship for writing.
Oh,
I was supposed to enter this contest about this short story that I wrote, and I never did it. I don't know why I didn't do it. I'm a recluse, basically. I'm antisocial, so I knew I would have to talk to people in order, and I didn't want to talk about it. I wrote it.
On the precipice of being the next Maya
Angelou,
and you're over here like...
Right. Willis, I used to be into writing so bad.
It's not bad.
So bad.
We wrote a song back in the day and have somebody speak it out for you.
That's an amazing trait.
You could have been writing hits.
Right.
Are we gonna finish ours?
We can.
We started a song back in 6th grade.
Can we get a snippet?
No.
No.
Hell no.
Is it one of those where everything rhymed at the end of it?
No, we only got like 2 lines.
Well, you should tap into that now.
I feel like I lost interest in a lot of things, like from my teenage years to now. I lost interest in a lot of stuff that I used to be interested in, and I'm trying to like work my way back into it.
It's like that though. I get what you come from.
Everybody changes. Everybody changes.
I feel like there's always going to be that one go-to thing that you did as a child that just sticks with you, and you go back to it, and it gives you a form of comfort.
Mm-hmm.
And me,
I can agree with that.
Gaming. I used to be like an online gamer on computer and stuff. Like nowadays, I don't game like that, but I feel like if I was to get back into a certain type of game, like it just makes you feel like you just chilling. You feel good. It's like a way of like kind of decompressing.
Yeah. Mine would definitely be, of course, media, emphasis on acting.
Yeah, what got you really into that?
So when I was a kid and I was into church a lot, I would always, and besides the school plays and stuff, I would always go for like the lead role in like different little church things. In my church that I was a part of, we used to go to a camp each summer, and it had like the mime ministry, the drama ministry, which was plays and skits and stuff like that, and
like vacation
music. No, it was it's called youth encampment. So they would get a bunch of churches that were in a part of the same singing convention together, and all of the youth would come together, and we would all be in a hotel or wherever the hell they had us staying at that time, college dorms and stuff like that in the summertime because the college was empty. And we would all just spend like the week pretty much networking, and I would always be a part of the drama ministry because I always wanted to act. I knew that from watching Disney Channel when I was a kid. Back when I thought I could sing with my back when I thought I could sing with my little karaoke machine, you could ask my sister. She probably would comment on this episode and be like, "You was always in the living room with your little purple and gray karaoke machine. Then you could sing. I always wanted to be in some type of entertainment field. And then." Every time I would go to youth encampment, it was like from 11, then I stopped going when I was like 15. I would always go in there. They would have a new play each year, and I would always just tell the people, I want to be this character. And it was always one of the leads, and they were like, okay, we'll be that character. And I was that character. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's just something that was exciting for me. And we literally had 3 days to learn the roles and the script and all of that, and then on the fourth day we would have to perform it in front of everybody at that convention. So being in front of the crowd and not shutting down and knowing my lines, practicing night and day 3 days straight. Right. Yeah, it was like I could do this in real life.
Yeah, it made you feel proud, and I feel like I can get like I can kind of feel on that because. When I was in school in Texas, they had like music class and like not like a choir or anything, but they actually did like plays and stuff. So it was
drama club. Drama club.
That's what they call it.
I guess it is, but it's more like you learn like music and stuff like that. But at the same time, like every year they did like a Christmas play and stuff like that, and then you can put in and get selected for different parts and stuff. So I didn't really get like the main character, but I could see how like wanting to be in that spotlight kind of makes you feel good because the moment that I got on the stage and I had a couple lines and like
you want to show out.
Yeah, you showed out and you felt good. Bitch, I had and then lines and that was good.
Right.
Then you'll go up there and freeze. I'll be like, oh my God, man, look at me.
Then if I didn't remember the lines, I made up something else that went with it. And like the very first one I was a part of at the actual church home, it was a Christmas play, and it was like the 12 Days of Christmas, and I wanted to be the partridge in the pear tree because it always goes back to the partridge in the pear tree. So the costume, we dressed like I had the khaki pants and I had this green shirt on with all these fucking leaves taped all over it and stuff. And yeah, I was so innocent back then. Yeah, it was interesting. And then one of the plays at youth encampment, it was like gang related. I forgot what it was. It was like one gang versus the other gang, and I was one of the leaders of the gang. So yeah, it was.
Do you feel like that like made your personality grow? Like as far as just being more extroverted? Like did you have to discover that you were like that, or you've always been extroverted since like a child?
The thing about it is I'm not extroverted all the time. It's only when I'm comfortable, when that wall is broken down. Mm-hmm. So if I walk into a room of people, I'm not, if I don't know you, if I walk into a room of people, I'm not just going to start talking. And if I do, I'm probably drunk. I'm not going to walk in a room and start talking, but if I'm comfortable around you, like I was at camp with these people at this point 3 days in a row, sun up, sun down, so I'm like, okay, I kind of feel comfortable around y'all, and I'm not about to get on stage and look stupid. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm about to break down these walls, learn these lines, and show out. But I feel like as a person now, yeah, it helped my communication skills, and that's what I went to college for, communication in journalism and broadcasting. So I'm naturally going to talk.
Yeah, I feel like that's why you're good in a lot of different aspects. Like I did speech in college, and I'll never forget when my teacher or professor or whatever, he was like, on a scale of 1 to 5, or raise your hand if you feel like you're so-and-so between like anxiety when it comes to speech anxiety, and anybody got like a 1, people were raising their hands, 2, whatever, high, like 5 was like the highest, and I just didn't raise my hand the whole time. I thought I was good until I did my first or second speech, and I was standing up there in front of all these fucking people waiting for them to give a speech. I'm not the best at building a speech. I can talk, but when I'm talking to people about something that I'm not passionate about, I'll freeze the fuck up.
That's exactly how it was with public speaking in college.
I hated that shit.
You had to do like a PowerPoint and get in front of
you. Did you do an impromptu? Like you just came up off the spot?
It's like 50 people.
Yeah,
Get
in front of all these bitches who don't want to be there. You don't want to be there. Right. You pick this topic out of a hat. You're not even interested in this shit. And I'm sitting here like, I made this slideshow last night, so I'm about to read a couple bullets, look at y'all like I'm presenting to y'all.
The conversation is long as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, like 2 minutes on that bitch ain't over yet.
Right. Well, they made us do 5 in mine, and I was
like a.
We had to do 5 minutes in my speech
It was
class.
like the final or whatever, because my classes were 8 weeks, so it went really quick. So it was like, you got to get up there and make your speech 5 minutes. I'm like, bitch, what? I don't give a fuck about this shit to talk about this 30 seconds. Yeah. But you just do it.
Yeah.
See, for mine, to go back to your question, like mine is and what I get this from my mom and my stepmom is like the arts and crafts aspect. I love doing shit. Like, okay, I love Pinterest. Let's just fucking admit it. I'm that person. I'm a basic bitch.
You're not basic.
Thank you. Like crocheting.
I know plenty of hoes that can't crochet.
Thank you.
They're basic.
I can't either.
But no, I look like, cause like my step.
You can crochet?
No, she's saying she does.
I see the fist bump. I was like, okay. Let me find out. That's how your hat came along.
I can make that. I can make that hat. I ain't gonna lie about it. But yeah, I can get you another one.
I ain't gonna lie about it.
But no, it's like, cause that's my stepmom and my dad liked to work out in the garage and in the yard and stuff. Like, I was one of them kids. I did not like to sweat. Y'all know me. I don't fucking like to sweat. Not a pretty thing. When I start sweating, I get pissy. So I wanted to be inside, and like my stepmom would be like crocheting a blanket and stuff, and I wanted to learn how to do that. My mom, she would be doing all of her magnets and all this lace work and stuff. And I'm like, I want to do that shit. Why the fuck have I got to go cut fucking wood and stack
out here in the heat?
Just be doing unnecessary shit.
Right. And I'm like, I want to go inside and cook, and I want to go in. So I like doing stuff with my hands, but I like creating things, you know, and that makes me happy. And going back how like you do in your acting and drama and stuff like that in your video games, it's like that's my little comfort zone. Like that's why when y'all like, hey, we're going out tonight, and I'm like,
I don't want to go.
I really want to stay at home and finish this blanket that I'm working.
Believe it or not, I really do have a creative mind. I just don't tap into that no more. Like, I used to draw a lot. I used to sit down and write poetry. Like, I was good at, like, doing the whole haikus.
Right.
I was actually... Sorry.
No, but, like, with the video game aspect, I can relate to you on that, because whenever I'm not working on a project, I'm playing my video game, and, like, you go into this whole mindset of just, like, you're here.
You're developing in this, like, game, and
You forget about all the other shit that's out there, you know? So
it's like a comfort zone.
Exactly.
And like Jalisa was saying, you do lose your interest in some of the stuff sometimes.
Right.
But you can always get it back. You just have to figure out how. Right. That's why I was going to, not to cut you off, I was going to ask, with your writing, what made you get into doing that, like writing, and do you feel like you could get back to that?
I used to have a diary when I was little. I used to write everything that was going on in there, and then I lost it.
Like, fuck this shit. I ain't writing shit up.
So I used to like writing notes in school that I can really put my feelings into words, just not verbally.
Mm.
So I felt like that was my best option, like to tell you how I feel, I'm gonna write it down.
Right.
I feel like for some reason people who are like that, like they write the strongest, like just. How do you say it?
You have
you just have strong writing skills. Like
people who, to me, who have writing skills and who do it, you know, like their mind is just it's
always racing. Like I move from one thought to the next, and I catch myself sometimes. I stutter really bad because of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, weren't you a shoehead though?
Yeah.
What got you into that?
My father.
I've always wanted to know how people got into shoes. Like I like shoes, but then like growing up, I used to see people like, they got a new pair of shoes like every week, you know, I'm like,
You got a different pair of shoes on every day.
yeah.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. In school, like elementary or middle school, weren't you into basketball?
I like basketball a lot.
Because you used to be good at it, though.
My cousins played, so I just never
I
tried
remember,
out for a team.
I feel like you crossed me a couple of times.
Okay, you taking it too far.
You did. You did. I was like, what? This ain't my sport.
But yeah, my cousins played basketball. My father was into shoes. I learned how to tie my shoes by lacing up his shoes. Like, it was a lot.
That.
So I got into shoes, writing, all that, and then just...
But now you take smaller but like you said earlier, like we lose some of that stuff. Like there's
But I kept certain traits.
right. There's little pieces of the things that we all like doing as kids that we kept.
Right.
I'm sure, but
that's what I'm saying. It's like a core piece of you that like it's always gonna be there. Like so you come back to it and it's always gonna feel good.
right. Like I remember growing up as a kid, like I loved helping my grandfather take care of horses. There ain't no way in fuck I'd ever work on a fucking horse farm again. But
what is that?
no, but like
a stallion.
yeah, there ain't no Shetland ponies here. But like it's like. But I still like horses and stuff, but I'm not like, I'll be damned if I shovel shit ever in my
I like
life.
labor work, I'll be honest with you.
Ooh.
When my dad brought me up like that, when I was 9, he used to take me out to like his projects because he was in the military, but the military didn't make like money like the way people think. So he was always had a side hustle. And that's the one thing that he taught me. He said, look, you always got to have more than one flow of income. You always got to keep a side hustle. Doesn't matter if it's something small. Doesn't matter if you're doing something every now and then, but if you're relying on just one thing and it doesn't come and you're sitting there waiting on it, it's like you got to go out and get it, you know. And I feel like a lot of people can relate to that.
Oh yeah.
You know, like I feel like we all either have our own project. Like I'm sure you got something, like you cleaned the shoes, right? I think that's what it was. Curtis, I think you had like a side thing going on, but you do like your.
He does all his acting and stuff.
So, like,
he gets paid. Yeah.
I did the acting, or I do the acting. I've ever since after high school, I've always had until like now. I've always had 2-3 jobs, like multiple incomes coming in. I feel like for me, that helped keep my mind off of other stuff that I didn't want to think about. So if you ask me, have I grieved the losses? No. I just stayed busy. So when I'm not busy,
your mind starts.
Right, when I'm not busy, you start looking at pictures. Like, we were at the gym yesterday, and I didn't say anything. There was a lady that was on the treadmill like 3 down from me, and I looked over at her, and she kind of looked like my mom. And I was like, okay, I'm getting off this treadmill for a couple of minutes. That's why I left. I came back, got myself together. I was like, let me finish this shit. I don't want to be here anymore. But I feel like you just...
And that's where therapy will come in and help you.
I don't want therapy. I feel like the way I'm coping with it now is healthy for me.
It's healthy for him.
It's healthy for me.
Aspect.
I get shit done.
You do.
So me staying busy, like working at, or I'm not gonna say some other job
like
because
phrase, like idle minds is something like
Idle Minds is the devil's workshop or something like that.
right. But I had always had like multiple incomes. I like to stay busy, and then when I started working at our current job, I at that point in time, because I majored in broadcasting and communication and all that, I was working at one of the local radio stations. Then the work schedule became too hectic, so I let that one go, and then met y'all and started with the podcast and everything else, and then got back into the acting thing. So yeah, I'm always having my hands in multiple things.
Like, I think that's probably why I stopped writing, because I have to sit there and actually think about things, and
Right.
it's...
And you don't want to do that.
It's not really healthy for me right now.
Yeah.
But see, going back to again, like I said,
Therapy probably would help. If I actually sat down and went to a therapy session, I'm sure I could get something out of it. Maybe not the first session. But I think I talked to y'all before about the whole psychic situation I went to that one time. That situation was kind of like therapy. and it helped me release some energy I needed released from me.
Do you feel like it gave you like mental guidance?
I feel like it did, and I feel like even though I still grieve some of the losses, I feel like it let me know that they're still looking after me even though they're not physically here. Yeah, like I'm not alone. Because if you lose your parents and you lost one, if you lose parents or just one, you kind of feel like an orphan, like you don't have anybody, especially if you were close with that parent or closer than the other one. It just feels like you're alone on the earth. So that's kind of cherish things or people that's in your life, and you don't want to let go of it even if you should, because you've taken L's, and
that person was there during those L's. So
yes,
right.
That person was there doing those L's, and it's like they know
I'm attached.
You're right. I'm attached to you because we've been through so much together. So yeah, that happens.
So yes, this is how childhood has molded us.
I mean,
Childhood has affected us good and bad.
Good and bad. I mean, we are a fucked up conundrum. So,
but I love all y'all.
I love you. I mean,
But yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys. I mean, learn the good and the bad sides about yourself. Learn just do some inside work. Like, am I saying that correctly?
Yeah.
Soul searching,
mental health.
Yeah, just sometimes take a step back from life, because life can be pretty crazy. So
it's okay to isolate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Don't not too long to the point where you just start.
Yeah, don't start playing in here.
It's okay to have a reset.
Yeah, don't start playing in here, but just kind of
relax.
So bring it in for the Willis segment.
God, the Willis segment.
Thank you, Willis.
Yeah, so but
I give you the.
We'll give you the floor.
Thank you. So today, because I do enjoy this. I'm not gonna lie. Thank y'all for letting me do this. Because we talk about a bunch of stuff, and I enjoy it. The thing that I'm talking about today is because we all know that the Harry Potter legacy, that Hogwarts legacy, released the game, and it's put people into a bit of
a frenzy.
Not a frenzy, but just kind of like should they, shouldn't they? Only because we know J.K. Rowling is an absolute piece of shit. So.
Whoa, pause. What?
She's the writer of the Harry Potter books.
Yeah.
What does she do? Why is she?
She is she believes. I almost said something, and
I heard it.
She has went public with basically saying that she's anti-trans. She is I believe there's been statements. She's very, very anti-trans, but there's also some possible homophobic things that are being said, and it's not good. She's went in public on Twitter. She's done interviews basically saying that trans people are not real. Trans people, there's no way you can just wake up one day and say, I'm going to be the opposite of what you were assigned at birth. That's not a real thing. Just spouting off this horrible, uneducated information. And that's why nobody fucks with her anymore. Yes, she's making millions because she created the world of Harry Potter. And we love Harry Potter.
Yeah, I don't think the world of Harry Potter is transphobic or...
No, it's...
being derogatory.
Right. There is, from statements that she has made, we've kind of opened up the world of why there's not a lot of people of color in the world of Harry Potter.
Well,
are they?
Well, I feel like
there was one little black boy in the back, but that was in the movie.
Right, that was the movies. And essentially, Like, whenever they did the Harry Potter plays, they made Hermione...
Let me watch the first fucking movie again and see the damn...
Was Hermione supposed to be black, though?
Well, here's the thing. She never said in the book what color Hermione was. She only described features of Hermione that...
They sound black?
Yes. Yes, in not a great way. More specifically, her hair.
Long and curly, long, dark and curly.
That's the nice way of putting it. Yes.
Nappy.
I don't think she used. I don't think she used the word nappy. I'd have to go back and reread the first book. But essentially, what happened was. That's why whenever they came out with the when they did the Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, the stage play, like they made Hermione Granger was played by a black actress, and like there were people who were like lost their fucking minds, and at the same time there were other people saying, well, we don't know what color Hermione Granger was. We just have this description, and now that we're realizing that things have come out in her interviews and some of her statements, basically saying where she's anti-trans, we're like, oh fuck, was she being super racist when she was?
What does that have to do with the game, though?
Because
the game, is that because they started integrating like real features?
What it is, not that. It's the fact of she hasn't done anything since the Cursed Child. Well, no, I'm lying. She did get money from whenever they did the Fantastic Beasts series. So she hasn't done anything since that, and it was shortly there in the middle of the Fantastic Beasts that she came out with all this anti-trans stuff. So nothing really has gotten her any money except for now this game, which she's already made her money, I'm assuming. So I'm sure she has, because she got paid somehow with it. But people are torn when do they support the game and get the game, or do they support the trans community and not get the game? What do they do? And like it's a very back and forth. I've seen it on TikTok and Facebook. A lot of social media, everybody's going back and forth about this and nobody knows what to do with it.
So basically they're trying to boycott the game?
Nobody's trying to boycott it.
They're trying to boycott J.K. Rowling.
Exactly.
Right.
Fuck her.
So
but they know she's going to get paid because of the game.
Okay, that makes sense.
Why don't they boycott? She wrote Harry Potter?
Yes.
So, have they boycotted Harry Potter?
No.
They
like Harry Potter.
Right. Everybody loves, because I mean, it
but normally, like when something like that happens, they don't fuck with anything that you have to do with.
Yeah, but it's such a big franchise at this point.
Right, and it was it's a
huge
like a pick
part
and choose
of everybody. Type thing.
Well, not really pick and choose, because it was such a huge part of everybody's...
Isn't that something like the way like they were trying to say, like, isn't like, correct me if I'm wrong, Walt Disney was like racist?
Oh god, he was super racist, and he was also extremely anti-Semitic, and he was also homophobic, and...
Damn, he was a lot of shit.
He was a lot of... I mean, he was an old white dude in like the 40s and 50s, so let's
Betty Boop was black.
She was, but that wasn't Walt Disney. But she was. That was no, who was it? Anyway.
It's Black History Month.
But like if you look at like whenever just on the Walt Disney thing, let's not even go down the Song of the South movie that they did.
Didn't watch it.
No, you won't, because you can't find it on video. It basically was just like
eradicated.
Exactly, like completely eradicated, because people were like, "This is fucked up." Like, okay, so essentially what Song of the South is, to catch you up, you've got these two white kids playing on a plantation in the deep South who they get told stories by the old black man who loves working on the farm.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. One of the stories is about Brer Rabbit and Brer Fox and Brer Bear whenever they trap Brer Rabbit with a... Please do not come for me. I am just describing this story. Please, for the love of God, do not come for me. They capture the rabbit with a tar baby.
Ooh.
What the fuck?
Uh-huh.
Not the tar baby.
Uh-huh. And they all speak in... And I don't know what
It's a real Southern twang.
But in a black version.
Oh, like that one hoe we used to work with did.
Right. Well, to put it.
So basically, it's like
a parody of black people.
Yes.
Oh, now that's being a joke.
Like whenever, okay, so like everybody's seen the Dumbo movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, the Crows.
Yeah, smoking a cigar. That was
Oh
damn.
Take that how they were talking. That's how all the characters in the Song of the South talked.
Not them appropriating.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. And like, if you take Fantasia,
Russian.
No. Fantasia, the Disney movie.
Anastasia.
Yeah, but it was
One or the
other. But like Fantasia that Disney did whenever they took all this classical music and they drew cartoons that were relating to the music and blah 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 blah. Has anybody seen it?
What?
Nobody's seen it?
Which one? Fantasia?
Yeah. Okay, so there's a scene, and I don't remember the type of music, but it's got centaurs and Pegasus and these cute little mythical creatures and everything. Okay, so they've got these beautiful white-looking centaur women who are getting their hair done. They have
talking about the Mickey Mouse Fantasia?
That's it, yeah.
Oh, when he was like with the broomstick and everything and like the...
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's one of the segments in it where like you have these mythical creatures that have all these white featured centaurs in multiple colors, but then you have these two black featured centaurs who have okay, I'm gonna wrap it up. Sorry. Thank you. Curtis just let me know about sorry, we had to switch out the battery, sorry. But anyway, no, so yeah, like Disney was completely fucked up, and like I said, but we're not gonna let Looney Tunes slide either, because Bugs back in the day was super fucking racist too. But getting back to topic at hand, so the gaming community right now is torn between, do they get the game that we've all wanted and loved and patiently waited for, or do we say fuck J.K. Rowling? Some people are giving the argument of she's already gotten her money and we're just showing support for the producers of the game and the...
She still get paid.
Yeah, she owns the rights to them. Or wait,
I'm sure she gets
some
royalties of some kind.
Some kind. So that's my topic today of like how do we feel about this? Well, how do you feel about it, bitch?
We didn't answer it?
No, y'all haven't answered shit.
Well, I don't know. I already played the game, so
That's why she was quiet.
I'm sorry.
Well, no need to apologize because people are saying,
So I don't know this hoe, but or Harry really, but I feel like she fuck her.
Personally, I'm gonna get the game. I feel like she's already got her money. So
She's gonna continue
I'm not doing any damage by not getting in the game.
Right.
So I mean, I'm sure there's other ways that you can kind of like
say fuck her,
but I feel like the game is in such it would be an indirect impact. But I mean, it's valid. I understand that people don't want to do it at all. But if you have like a like for it, I'm not passionate. I'm not gonna act like I care about the game like that. Do I want to play it? Yes, it seems interesting. I've heard a lot of good talk about it.
I know.
In regards to like how she is coming out to the public,
is that what you getting the PS5 for?
I want to. Yes, I want to get the PS5 and play the game.
I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong for playing the game. You can still stand on what you say and feel how you feel and play the game and not support it.
Bitch, I don't fuck with you, but I like this game.
Right, because I love Harry Potter. I do. And it's kind of one of those situations where I was talking with online, they kind of compared it to, and I'm putting this up, they kind of compared it to like R. Kelly or Chris Brown. They made amazing music, but they're horrible fucking people,
Right. Bitch, I don't like you, and I like, but I'm gonna fuck with your music.
Right.
Right. I understand.
So yeah. So that was my topic today. So now.
Good job.
Thanks.
Thank you, Willis.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
For Ask Willis.
Is it Ask Willis today?
I said, how do you feel?
How do you feel, damn it? Y'all got me out here. I need y'all's input.
Shit, he was like, "How you? We ain't say it already? Shit, I thought we said it." What was the next one?
So the next topic is basically friends or I guess
work friendships
and being professional.
I think what they were meaning was, how do you navigate still having a friendship with someone and working with them or doing business with them in general?
Separated.
Right.
Yeah. You have your business relationship and then you have your personal relationship.
So
don't allow the personal relationship to affect the business relationship.
Is that like being in a business partnership, or it's like a business transaction? Like if you own a business and you're selling a product and I'm a friend and I come to you for the product and I'm like,
I think it's just business in general.
Let's look at both of them. Let's look at both what you're describing. Let's look at both of them. Like I own a business. One of you three come to me and say, "Hey, you sell this. Can you help me out? Can you hook me up as a friend and do this for me?"
As a friend, you shouldn't be asking for discounts.
Right.
You should support their business regardless of the friendship. You should pay that price because that is what their price is.
Right.
Because you're not gonna. Never mind.
I feel like
don't. You had me out there on that limb talking about all this.
I'm just saying. Well, I can't be like a restaurant. Like I know the owner of fucking McDonald's, bitch. Can I get a discount?
No.
Or like
these. Gonna look at your ass dumb as fuck.
Right. Or like these clubs and stuff when people don't want to pay to get in. If there's a cover, oh, I know the owner. I'm gonna call them so I can get in. Bitch, just support them.
Right. Like that. If you're so good friends with them, they would want you to.
As their friend, you should want to support. You should want to pay their price.
Right.
Because
You
you're
should
their
be
friend.
bringing your people to pay as well. You know.
You want to see your friends win, so pay
Right.
the price.
Yeah, I've seen stuff like that on social media. Like, oh, you'll put all this money into all these big name brand companies, and they don't really give a fuck about you. But when your friend trying to come up and put themselves on, and they ask for your support, you trying to get a discount.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Bitch, I can't afford to give you a discount. Okay.
Right. I'm just starting up. What you want? You want it free?
Right.
Mm-mm.
And there's so many people who do that.
It's just like with this part of the topic, it's just like support. You show support to get support, pretty much. I wouldn't expect someone who, let's just say, there's another podcast that supports us. Okay. You're small and you're trying to make a name for yourself just like we are. Okay. You're supporting us. I'm going to share your shit and support you too.
Absolutely.
It's like 50-50. Right. Now, if you're one of these individuals that want us to continue to share your stuff and music and things that aren't even good anyway, and you don't show us any type of support, it don't work like that. Show support and get support.
Right. But
we done told y'all that before.
But going back to like, if you're friends with these people, support them. But going to the other aspect of it, if you all work together, like we all work together. Everybody who knows us, knows we all work together. While we're at work, we show respect to each other. So can we talk about?
I was about to.
Okay, go ahead. I'll let you.
So the easiest example was where we work. I was their manager. Y'all know, whatever. It was hard, or they thought it was going to be hard because of the close relationship I have with y'all. But sat all y'all down beforehand. Let y'all know. Y'all already know what it is. We gotta keep it professional. Yada yada yada. And it worked out fine. There was days where I guess because, and I'm just being honest, I guess because the friendship's there, and sometimes in an environment where we work in where we joke so much, it's kind of a little bit harder to separate yourself. And I felt like all y'all tried me a few times, but at the end of the day, it wasn't nothing like at the time, it might have been a little animosity, but as a friend, I pulled you guys to the side and told y'all, hey, friend, because y'all are my actual friends outside of work.
Friend.
Y'all are my actual friends outside of work that I actually talk to.
He basically told us we knew better and to stop.
I pretty much told them, get y'all motherfucking shit together. And that's just honest facts. Like, you're my friend, I want to see you win, and you about to respect me at the same time. Right. So that's I feel like as long as you separate you can have a work relationship and a friend relationship, and you can distinguish between the two, it's perfectly fine.
And just going back to what we were saying as well, all three of us wanted to see you succeed, and we knew that in order for you to succeed, we've actually got to show you that respect. So you have to be you have to have your friendship at that level where it's like, you go, I go. Mm-hmm. That type of thing. That's how I look at it.
I mean, it ain't easy. Sometimes you do have to remind each other.
I think that when it comes to stuff like that, like, as much as some people want to be a leader, they don't want to be a follower. You should want to be a follower just as much as a leader, but in a good sense.
Right.
Like,
you have to follow to know how to lead sometimes.
Right. Exactly. Sometimes being a good follower is a good leader.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because if there's other people that are like seeing that you're following the leader and, you know, they're staring off this way, then you're setting an example. You're setting an example to be a person that's like, okay, this person has been elevated. It's time to just, boom, you know, like.
Yeah, you always want to be different and stand out. Not saying you have to be extra,
right, like
some people are, but you just be different. Dare to be different. And you don't always have to follow the crowd. Like, if you're just standing around, I'm not going to stand around with you all the time. I'm going to go forward and wait on someone if nobody else wants to move.
I want to make my money.
Right.
But no, like I said, with friendship, that's how we are all, like, we all laugh, we all cut up, we all joke and do all that. But at the end of the day, where it's like, listen, like if one of us came to the other one and said, you know, says, I'm not feeling it today. I'm just not feeling it today. I don't want to laugh and
we all have
cut.
Moments.
Like whenever the jokes get personal, we all of us have been known to just step away. As we say, like I said, we're in our feelings right now, and we just step away.
I'm gonna go to my corner.
Let me go to you. Go to your corner. You go, but because we all know.
This bitch be starting it.
I do not.
Not on purpose, but he be starting it.
Y'all can keep all this fucking bullshit.
This bitch told us this morning.
Don't be fucking blaming me for your pissy ass.
Don't be fucking blaming me with y'all pissy ass attitude.
I get there, it's nothing but animosity and tension. Like, damn, I just got here.
Don't fucking
Let me tell you what happened.
But the thing with it is,
coming in the room just hot.
But the thing with it is, we can all be going through that at that very moment. You fuck with one of us.
Jalisa said, "Are we recording tonight?" I said, "I don't fucking know."
She came to me and she was like, "What happened?"
All I heard was there was a problem.
The boys are fighting. That's Willis. That's Willis's go-to.
I said, "I think I started it, but I'm not sure."
I said, "I think I started it." I'm not sure, but I think it was me.
It diverted very quickly.
It went left.
You didn't start it. I think I started it. It was my emotions. I'll
said,
admit
was he
it.
gaslighting you?
But
She did. She was
you brought the energy.
I did bring.
You put the energy in the room.
I did.
The situation I started.
It ran. But no, but like I said, like at the end of the day, like we can be going through it. Like we might look at each other and be like, "Bitch, I would slap the shit out of you." However, if somebody else said that to you, oh no, like, right, there's people out there. I know who you are.
I got you.
I know who you are. I've heard about it. You calling people bums? I got
bitch.
you. I got you, bitch.
I heard you got your ass whooped at the club.
So I'm just saying, we don't call.
You stinking in them tight ass fucking trash bag jeans.
Let me.
Trash bag jeans.
And it won't be a hate crime, bitch, because I'm a fag just like you. I'll beat your ass.
Some boys are fighting.
Oh!
The boys are
You gonna go from one color to the next, bitch.
Ooh. Anyway, that got me heated. I'm
Who's the
sorry.
bum now, ho?
I'm sorry.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. But no,
Fuck
so
him.
we're all friends. We keep it real. When no, we all kind of like I have to admit this with our friendship. There are days where I'm walking on eggshells because I'm like, oh fuck, am I looking? Is this cute? Is this okay? Because I know the minute something ain't right, one of y'all.
Willis, what you got on? Big ass shoes.
One of you bitches that will be like, the fuck are you today?
What the fuck is that? Take that shit off.
Go home. Try again.
Like, I will not buy, like, if I look at Nike, before I purchase anything on the Nike app, this one is like, Jalisa, what do you think? Because I know the minute I come in with something sideways, just like, the fuck's wrong with you?
That's just like, you've learned my lingo. Like, if I'm not fond of it, I will say, oh, that's interesting. Or it'll look good for you. Yeah, there's a lot of situations like that. Like I will come out and just tell you the shit's ugly sometimes, but I'm like, yeah, I think it fits you. It's not ugly, but I wouldn't wear it.
I'd be like, Willis, no.
See, and that's what I do. Like we've all had these. We've all seen some out. I'm like, that's not cute. You don't want to do it with this, but no. He knows.
But Willis would hit me with, I don't know. I'm like, well, I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm gonna wear it anyway.
He does. I'm like, well, why did you ask?
I just wanted to see what you said. What you was gonna say.
Just know it wasn't gonna make or break him.
I know.
I'm a strong black man.
I'm weird anyway.
But no, we are all, like I said, at the end of the day, we all work together.
Don't come into work with them big ass balloon shoes on either.
No.
I am.
Those boots?
Go out the door.
Those red boots?
Yep.
Oh!
She sound like SpongeBob coming through the door.
Squeak, 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 squeak.
Oh, God, no.
It's raining outside.
You don't get the fuck back in the car.
We will be friends, but I will make fun of you. I'm just gonna, but I'll do it to your face. I love you to death.
What does she like my boots?
No, take your Sailor Moon looking ass and go somewhere with them.
I'm gonna get the work balloons.
but yeah, it's
I got them like just for you.
It's pretty much like a respect thing when it comes to your friends and business. If you have respect for each other, that'll just go the extra mile. That'll go. What's the word? That'll go far. Mm-hmm. If you have respect.
So was that the message of the topic? The method.
The method.
The method.
Well, the question was pretty much how do we navigate in it, and that's how we have respect for each other. Like he said, like Willis said, there's times where we're not feeling it. Besides working together, we own this together too, and there's times when not all of us are as what's the word? Dedicated to it, I guess, as others, and that's understandable. I mean, it's not everybody's passion. It's mine. I'm always be here unless I'm like dead or something.
He'll be here when he's dead too. The bitch gonna be posted up in the chair.
my little ghost. But no, it's all love, all respect, even when I'm ready to quit.
And for me,
sorry to cut you, but the big thing is communication. I lack communication sometimes. So in a sense of that, just make sure that if you communicate with people, like you can.
I'm laughing about it because that is you.
That is me.
Like
and
we'll see
I call myself for that. But at the end of the day, like we know each other. Like outside of just knowing somebody, still communicate.
We know each other's triggers, and sometimes we hit that shit on purpose.
We do. And for me, I will be the biggest hype man for any of these three right here. Because I absolutely respect everything that y'all do and what you stand for. So yeah, I love working with y'all. There are days, I'm not gonna lie, you Who? Like, me and Jalisa, I've told y'all this.
Y'all be doing this sometimes to see how
I don't.
Me and Jalisa, it's like Jalisa's always the cool one. Me and Jalisa never had no problems at all.
I feel like I'm the dad with you both of you sometimes, where I'm like, would y'all please just stop? Can y'all please stop?
And I'm just the cool auntie in the corner, like, what are y'all doing?
And then, but no, there are some times where
hit him.
Throw the drink.
Like, well, auntie told me to.
Now there are times whenever I'm in my I'm in my feels where I'm like, and one of y'all will make it. Well, you usually are the one who's like, if you see that I'm feeling a certain way, it's like, hey, bitch.
Oh, not me antagonizing.
And I'm just like, I swear to God, get the fuck away from me right now. But I'm like, no, he's my friend. Yes! Or like that casual like check when you walk. Like there's days when like you'll walk by and just like that shoulder.
Watch where you walking, bitch.
And
he'll tell you, watch where you going.
And I'm like,
I do that.
And I'm like, I swear to God, we are friends, and
hit me.
I adore you.
He's like, I adore you. You're my friend.
And that is my saying of, I swear to God.
Curtis hit you with one of these.
Put your motherfucking finger down.
There was one, to this day, I will never forget it. We were doing something, and I was like, and let me tell you, he's like, you need to stop clapping at me.
Yeah, this bitch was clapping in my face, and anybody that know me, them hand movements, I can't. That's a trigger, because I feel like you about to hit me. And he got close, and he was clapping. I said, friend.
You know Curtis about to go up when he get like this.
And I
just want to what you not about to do.
Because he was
not about to do.
He was up close and personal, too, and I was like, look, calm the fuck down.
I don't know what we were talking about, but something was just, it just kind of...
Bitch was clapping in my face. I'm like, okay.
But like I said, at the end of the day, like, you know, I am y'all's three's biggest hype man. I swear to God, like, so yeah, no, it is easy. Y'all make it easy. I'm just not... Working with y'all.
Yeah, y'all ain't around. It's kind of like, oh, I got to deal with them today.
Like, I've learned to separate my other work relationships from my personal life.
Right.
I have recently learned that, too. And to piggyback off of the Fuck Fake Friends episode, I've learned that you can't be friends with everybody you work with. Mm-hmm. Even if you want to get along with everybody, you can be cordial at work, yada, 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 but...
Outside of that, we got to...
We don't have to hang out outside of work. We could just hi at work, and then I walk past you in the store like I don't know you.
You were an amazing acquaintance.
Yep. The moment you step out the door, that shit all out the window.
Yeah, and not saying that you can't make friends at work, but you gotta really really read people first before you just be quick to call people your friends, even an associate. Because why are we associated?
Just because you stuck in there with them for 40 hours together doesn't.
We not family. No. Don't let them lie to you.
Family and pizza parties.
Fuck those pizza parties.
Who's time to go?
Today, actually.
I didn't even get my 3 spices.
I only had one because I only got Captain D's.
That was probably the better choice.
That was. I can't lie.
But yeah, we. The moral of the story is support your friends. And respect them if they are in a higher power than you and you're in the same job. Yeah. Just have respect.
Keep your life...
Don't be a bitch.
Don't be a bitch. Keep your life easy. Like, again, I say it. You go, I go. You know? If you're elevating, I want to elevate with you.
Mm-hmm. Y'all all on the journey with me. Y'all know that I haven't said that already.
All right, guys.
Episode
of Triple P&J.
Jalisa.
Since Curtis' inner demons are coming out.
Jalisa.
Don't.
Stop saying my outro because you know you don't want me to snatch the head off tonight.
Curtis.
All right, guys. Well, that wraps up another episode. That's already. Don't forget to hit the like it, comment, on the episode. Let us know about what you guys feel. Yeah, and that part. On what do you feel like some things were that I guess you grew up with that molded you into the person you are now? Something about Willis' segment.
Fuck J.K. Rowling.
Fuck J.K. Rowling. Your professional and work friendship environment. Whatever you want to talk about, put in the comments. Maybe you want to drop some other topics. Thank you, Nitra.
Yes.
For the topics for tonight. Big shout out to you.
So for the real outro, make sure y'all like, comment. Make sure y'all like, comment. I know you fucking like. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Bye.